Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is John Viglotti, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you joined us for the second day of our Uranium, Battery, and Precious Metals event. Starting us off today is a live presentation from Novo Resources. Please note you can submit questions for the presenter in the box to the left of the slides, and you can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Michael Spreadborough. He's the executive co-chairman of Novo Resources Corp, which trades on the OTCQX Best Market under the symbol NSRPF and on the TSX under the symbol NVO. Welcome back, Michael.
Thank you very much, John. So important thing for everyone to realise is I'm doing a bit of a summary of our corporate presentation. So please look on our website and you'll see a corporate presentation dated the 18th of April, and that'll give you definitely more details. As John said, we're a little bit unique. We're obviously listed on the TSX, but since September last year, we're also dual listed now on the ASX on exactly the same symbol, NVO. So it's a really great pleasure to give you a good update. And for those that are new, I hope you actually enjoyed the Novo story. As always, the normal cautionary statement, you'll see that on the website version, so please have a good read. As you'll see today, where we operate is in a large part of Australia, and we work with our traditional owners to allow us to be successful. So we acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we operate. We recognise their unique cultural heritage, beliefs and connection to these lands, waters and communities. And we pay our respects to all members of these Indigenous communities and to their elders past, present and emerging. So first up, in the current macroeconomic climate, we're pretty unique. We are a gold explorer. We're really looking for big projects, greater than 1 million ounce development potential. So projects that have got a great opportunity to move into an economic phase for mining. But we're unique because we're cashed up. Have a look at those numbers. In Australian dollar terms, we've got about 16.7 million cash, and we've got a marketable security investment portfolio, which I'll talk about, of around about 50 million Australian. So we have the opportunity to not only exercise and produce and do all of our exploration activities, but as you'll hear today, we're out there looking for opportunities. Our Tier 1 project is called the Besha project. I'll get into details, but it's really related next door to De Grey Mining, an ASX-listed company. It has around 11 million ounces in resource. It's completed a DFS, and it's a $2 million market cap company. And we've got ground right next to it with the same geology. In addition to that, we're actually prosecuting exploration targets at Nunyerry North and Balla Balla. So remember those names as we go through. And also on the other side of Australia in Victoria at Belltopper Project. And whilst we are 100% focused on gold, we have recently completed joint ventures on lithium. So our shareholders have exposure to lithium exploration through 2 joint ventures, which I'll talk about. So gold, it's an interesting times, isn't it? You know, whilst gold might have come off in the last couple of days, we've never seen the gold price like this for a long time. So I think it is a great opportunity to be investing in gold. It's a great opportunity to have a gold explorer as part of your portfolio. So gold has increased around about 16% since the start of 2024. It's obviously a very great protection against strong interest rates and inflation. It's a safe haven instrument, so it's a good place to be with your investment. And Australia as a gold exploration place is a Tier 1 jurisdiction. There's a lot of gold exploration, a lot of gold production and a lot of geology that brings forward some of the best deposits in the world. And we are one of those, a great gold exploration company with a big portfolio that you will hear about. So as I say, we should all have faith in gold. It's a great commodity. The market pricings are great. It's a really good time to invest in gold. So a little bit of a corporate overview. Market cap's around about 50 million Australian. As I said, we're listed on the TSX and the ASX. As you can see there, investment portfolio of around about 50 million Australian, made up of ASX investments, which are some of the companies that we might have joint ventures with. But importantly, we've got investments in two unlisted investments. One is E3D, which is a 3D technology company, part of the historical nature of Novo, that they were early investors in that project, and that has a great valuation around $20 million. And San Cristobal Mining, we were a seed investor in taking that company private. So, that's got a valuation around about $25 million. On our website, you'll find more details of those investments, but they are opportunities for us to monetize those investments and then put the money back into the ground in exploration or in future opportunities. So that's a very real valuation on those investments, and also a real opportunity to bring new projects to the ground and into the company that adds value to the shareholders. As I said, very, very unique amongst the explorers, either in North America or in Australia. We've got a very, very strong shareholding register. De Grey Mining, which we'll talk about in a minute, have a 10% of the register. IMC out of Singapore is around about 6%. Mark Creasy is an Australian-based billionaire that is a really strong supporter of gold exploration. He's on our register. First Sentier is an Australian-based investment fund. Crescut Capital, based out of Denver, is a very long-term shareholder support, and you'll see some other people there. So we've got a very good shareholder register, obviously now made up of shareholders on the ASX or on the TSX. And it's really easy to actually move your shares from the TSX to the ASX, depending on your investment opportunity, and obviously also through the OTC platform that we're talking about today. We've got a really good board that is focused on delivering success. We have people like Karen, who brings financial background. Ross has got a very good ESG background. Greg Jones and Quentin are very great exploration geologists who bring that technical flavour to the board. So we've got a board that has the right skill set going forwards. And on the exploration side, that's led by Kaz DeLuca, very experienced global gold explorer. So she brings those experience. And Elsa is our CFO. So we've got a very good management team, a very strong board that have had success and experience in driving exploration success. So that board brings a lot of value to our shareholders. ESG is important to us. Whilst we might be an explorer, and we definitely don't disturb a lot of ground, how we go about our work is very important. We really do operate with integrity. We value the people in the communities that we work with, particularly the traditional owners, and we really focus on our environmental performance. So please refer to our annual sustainability statement. As an explorer, we're a bit, again, unique that we put out an annual statement, and you'll see that on our website. But ESG is very important to us and the way that we go about our business. And as we grow the business, that will continue to be a baseline strategy for us. So this is our area in the Pilbara. The Pilbara is the northwest of Western Australia, so it's some 1,200 kilometres north of Perth. So there's a few things to really note in here. On the right-hand side, kind of in a bit of an orange colour, you will see one of our joint ventures for lithium. So that's very attractive to us, a joint venture with Lightown Mining. While we're talking about lithium on the kind of the western side of the coast there, you'll see tenements that are coloured purple. That's our recent joint venture with SQM, again, a lithium joint venture. And then in the middle of the picture, you'll see our key projects. Besha, you'll see that marked there in light blue, and then down the bottom, Nunyerry North. So we have over 7,000 square kilometres of tenure. They're very, very prospective for gold, and we will continue to explore for gold across those areas. And I'm going to go through each of these projects at a high level, and then we'll get into some of the detail later in the presentation. But here we are, a gold explorer. We're in the Pilbara. We've got lots of territory, which has a lot of opportunity to bring into great excitement and discoveries. And we've already had great success. So the Egina JV, this is the JV that we have with De Grey. Just a quick overview, over 10,000 meters of RC and air core drilling was completed in the back half of last year. Here's some early results to give you a flavour of what you're going to hear shortly. 8 meters at 4.74 grams per tonne, including 3 meters at 11.88 grams per tonne gold. So that's really fantastic early discovery results, which is great, and you'll see me talk about further programs resuming in Q2 this year. If we go a little bit south, is Nunneri North. We had a program last year, first program here, 2023. We drilled the program in the later part of that year, and we immediately had discovery success. So significant results around 6 meters at 6.12 grams, 11 meters at 2.52, and 4 meters at 5.7. So that program is on track for drilling to start very, very shortly, and I'll go through a little bit of a geological context for that shortly. Up here on the very coast of West Australia is the Balla Balla Gold Project. This is very much early stage project, very, very fertile structural setting around what's called the Shoal Shear. We're busy doing reconnaissance, geophysics, pulling together data sets, and we hope to be drilling in the second half of this year. So already you can see in the Pilbara, we've got a Tier 1 project that we've joint ventured with De Grey. We've got 2 projects that we're prosecuting ourselves, Nunneri North, which has already had its first drilling program, and Balla Balla, which will go into drilling phases in the second part of this year. On the other side of Australia, in Victoria, we have the Belltopper project. We've just completed a drilling program around about 2,500 metres of diamond drill core. Those results will come out shortly, but we're looking for Fosterville style mineralisation. Fosterville is about 50 kilometres north of Belltopper, a very large high grade gold project, and we're looking for the same style of mineralisation and hopefully the same success. So let's kind of talk a little bit more about some of these projects and detail. The Egina joint venture, which is associated with the Becher project, is actually a fantastic joint venture for shareholders. Novo was responsible for the discovery of Becher with our work that we did in 2023. That led to the joint venture with De Grey. It's a fantastic $25 million expenditure by De Grey within 4 years for them to earn 50%. So you only need to do the mathematics. The value of that to shareholders in someone putting $25 million into a project, and Novo shareholders will still end up with 50% of the project with great optionality for success. So absolutely huge. So the joint venture is about 2,500 square kilometres, so it's a large piece of territory. But what is so exciting is De Grey recognised the geological potential from Becher from our early stage drilling, and they saw that the geology was very, very similar to their Hemi deposit, which, as I said before, is around about 11 million ounces. So that's huge neurology, same shear structures, same geology passing into our ground. De Grey took over exploration late last year and have already completed 10,000 metres of drilling. And you'll see news flow through as their program progresses from the second part of this half year in Q2 2024. Becher is a huge area. This picture is around about 20 square kilometres, so it's a huge area. The Hemi project at 10 million ounces is a 1.5 gram per tonne project, delivering huge mineralisation and resource and reserve. And we're looking for exactly the same. So this is not looking at 15 gram type discoveries. We're looking for a very, very large system that will be of millions of tonnes and very, very large resource potential. Very similar geology to Hemi. So you'll hear in our news flow us talk about some of the key areas that we're drilling, the Heckmeyer area, which you can see here in the middle of the picture, and also the low. So the low drilling that we've already done, some of those intersections I talked about before, 8 metres, around about 5 grams per tonne, including 3 metres at 12. So this is very large. That yellow zone in the middle, which is a mapping area of low-grade mineralisation around a fault structure, is 1.5 kilometres long. So it's a very, very large area that we're exploring. And here's a great result of the Heckmeyer area and some of the deeper RC drilling, which has only just started looking at deep stuff. And already we're getting good mineralizations that the geologists can draw up in a section. And this is very similar to the same early results De Grey had within their Hemi project. So we're very, very excited by the early results, and you'll see some of the results flow through. So De Grey is a $2 billion company. They've completed a DFS. They're currently now looking for financing to take the project forwards. It'll be a 400,000 to 500,000 ounce per year production. And our tenements are right next door. So we're a great investment opportunity to provide leverage to the same type of mineralisation that you see next door at De Grey. So south of Becher, what we call the southern edge in the area, is made up, as seen here in yellow, lots and lots of targets. It's a very fertile structural corridor. It trends over 60 kilometres and strikes, as I said, northeast towards the Becher project. So this area covers over 1,000 square kilometres of a very large 7,000 square kilometres that we have in the Pilbara. So there's a lot of gold projects that we're chasing up, but our priority was down the bottom there at Nunyerry North. And as I said before, we completed our first maiden drilling program there in November last year. We drilled 30 holes for just over 2,400 metres. And the results were absolutely fantastic for the first pass drilling and discovery. So here's some of the results from that drilling. You can see 6 metres at 6, 11 at 2.52, 13 at 1.9, 4 metres at 5.7, 7 metres at 1.34. But as you can see on this picture and the scale, we're looking at a big system over a 2 kilometre long soil anomaly that we are now drilling. We're about to start this follow-up drilling, which is over 4,000 metres of RC drilling, but we'll also drill some deeper holes that allow us to explore the stacked zones at depth. So we're very excited to now do the follow-up drilling and move forwards. We think this, again, is a great opportunity for us moving forwards and for our shareholders. And already, as you can see here with the results of our drilling, we're able to put together very good long sections of the mineralisation and how it is trending at depth, and gives us a great excitement to actually try to follow those zones heading deeper into the area. So again, great potential. You'll see a lot of news flow follow through in the later half of this year as we complete the program. So Becher and Nunyerry North are kind of quite advanced. We've done drilling program, but Balla Balla is very, very different. We have quietly accumulated over 100 kilometres of tenure associated with the Shoal Shear. So the De Grey Hemi project that we talked about is associated with the Malinas Shear. So we're using the same geological context to look for similar styles of mineralisation in the same neighbourhood, but associated with the Shoal Shear. Very prospective for intrusion-related gold mineralisation and structurally hosted gold. Geophysical interpretation and historical research has been used to get a really good understanding of the prospectivity and for early definition of targets. We hope to be drilling here in the early part of the second half of this year in 2024. So this is early stage, great excitement, great opportunity for discovery in an area that's really been untouched in the past. So that's the Pilbara, but we just can't forget about Victoria. The Belltopper project, as I said, is 50 kilometres south of the very large Fosterville project. We've just completed that program of drilling 2,500 metres of diamond core. You'll see results come out shortly. The whole program has been focused on looking for large-scale targets, and it's a follow-on to the work that we did in 2022, where we already had some really good results from diamond drilling, 14 metres at 6 grams, 10 metres at 4.9 grams, and 4 metres at 8.6. So we remain excited by Belltopper. It requires more follow-up work, but the early stage drilling results have been exciting, and hopefully it has the potential as we do more work to move forwards. So as I said, we are a gold explorer, but if we do find other commodities, our approach is to joint venture it. So we've completed 2 lithium joint ventures. Late last year, we completed the Harding Battery Metals joint venture with SQM. That's a $10 million joint venture, so they have contributed $10 million to us, and it leaves us with 75% ownership of the tenements. And SQM, for those who aren't aware, a very large Chilean lithium explorer, developer, and producer. So we're very fortunate to have such a great joint venture that will now take over exploration for lithium. In the Quartz Hill area, which was on the eastern side of the Pilbara, our joint venture was Lighttown Mining. They also have a great history of exploring, developing, and operating for lithium, and that joint venture is an 80-20% joint venture, and that joint venture takes us all the way through to $20 million of expenditure. So again, great upside in battery metals, and we continue to look for other commodities on our tenure, and our approach normally is to joint venture that. So just to summarise, our focus is looking for big systems, big deposits, 1 million ounce development potential. We're unique. We're very well cashed up. We can execute our program for the rest of this year, and we've got an investment portfolio that allows us to continue that work or look for other opportunities. The Egina joint venture is world class. Great opportunity to work with De Grey adjacent to their Hemi project. So great opportunity for our shareholders, particularly given it's a 50-50 joint venture. So there's a lot of upside for shareholders. The Nunyerry North project is now going into its follow-up program. The first maiden drilling program was a discovery straight up, and we've had great high-grade results from that program, and we're looking forward to extend the mineralisation as we complete this program that will start very shortly. And obviously, the other programs you heard of Belt Topper and Balla Balla, and don't forget there's still a lot of other kilometres of tenure that we're doing reconnaissance work that hopefully will lead to other exploration targets. So keep up to date with our news flow. And the joint ventures give us a great upside for value for shareholders as the battery metals revolution continues. And given where we are in our portfolio and our investments, we've got that opportunity now to look for other projects or other opportunities that add value to the shareholders. So I hope that gives you a really good overview of Novo. Keep track of our news flow. Definitely get on to the website and have a look at it. So just to recap, key milestones for the rest of this year. At Becher project, that will recommence drilling by De Grey in the back end of this half of the year. Nunyerry, we're about to start that drilling program. Balla Balla will be there sometime in the middle of half 2 in 2024. Very early stage exploration, what I like to call scout drilling. Belt Topper, we've completed the drill program this year. We may get there back in the later part of this year as we kind of put together the geology. So we're able, with our exploration targets, prosecute around about 10 months of the year drilling, recognising that the Pilbara gets very, very hot, so we can't drill over the December, January periods. So at the moment, we're trading very, very low compared to our investments, and we put that down to people not really appreciating the strength of our investment portfolio. As I said, there's a couple of unlisted vehicles there that I don't think people fully understand it. But if you go to our website, you'll now see great details of those companies. Both of them are trading. They are producing. They have cash flows, and they have profit producing, and they have other people investing, which is what the valuation's on. So we think we're well positioned, and we can use those investments and monetize them to grow us forwards. So I hope that answers the questions that I've seen here. And again, thanks everyone for listening, and I look forward to your support. Thank you very much.